Welcome into Wideside Sports. Randy Fraley sitting alongside Seth Milkman Evans.
Thanks.
That's an inside joke for something I witnessed that you won't know about.
I want to know where everybody's minds went. Like, it's either really good or really bad.
It's either, well, he did get his wife pregnant again, or he's just
doing weird shit with milk, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I like to drink it from a saucer like a kitty cat.
So, as you know, we have a little propane Nipco heater that heats our outdoor studio. So I go and I refill the propane tank today. I go in the gas station. One, it's absolutely fucking packed. When gas went up, I assumed, hey, there's nobody going to be there right now.
Yeah.
Why would there be? This place is packed. I'm like fifth in line, and there's probably 8 other people behind me. So I go up to pay, and I had like a pop, something else, and I'm like, can I get an exchange? And the guy's like, yeah, no problem. He's the only one working. The lady who just clocked out, the lady who's supposed to fill her in, is late. He's like, you're going to have to wait till I'm done with all these. I can't just leave when I got people online. I'm like, yeah, okay, no problem. Well, she walks back in and just hands me the key. She goes, just get it yourself. You come in here all the time. You're good.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. So I go out, put my stuff in, grab the empty one, go to the tank. Now with the lock is one of the ones where you can't take the key out.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you unlock it and it stays, and then you have to turn the key back to lock it back up. It's a shitty fucking lock. Plus it's cold, all this. So I finally, it takes me like 10 minutes to get this because I don't want to like twist it, you know what I mean, and break the fucking key.
Oh.
So I get it open finally, and the lady comes out. She goes, everything okay? I was like, yeah. She goes, it was taking a while. I'm like, I didn't want to break the key. She goes, okay, cool. Exchange it, whatever, put it back in. So I go to turn the key back in, and I break the fucking key. Yeah. I break the fucking key, and I'm like, fuck. So and I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go put the full one in my car. I'll walk inside. This young guy, and he hadn't been working there very long, and he's lined full of people, and I went, your lock's broke, and I just sat on the counter, and I walked out, and he's like, and he looks at it, and I turn around and look at it, he's like, all right, hey, thanks, man. I was like, yeah, no problem. So the lady who hands me the key, she's filling up her tank, and she walks back in. She goes, everything okay? And I went, yeah, the lock broke. And she's like, oh, really? She goes, it's no problem. She goes, we have a bunch in the back. I was like, yeah. I said, the key broke off too, so I hope you have another keys. And she's like, you broke the key? I'm like, I didn't mean to. And she's like, it's fine. She's like, it's really okay. We have a bunch of locks. I'm like, okay. I'm like, because at first I broke it and I went, oh, fuck. Like, it was just one of those things. I'm like, I come here all the time. I can never come back to this gas station. I gotta find a new gas station to get all my shit. And I'm like, well, if they're okay with it, I'm like, I may avoid the guy next time. He seemed kind of upset after she walked in and told him. Yeah. It's a good start.
First of all, not my fucking job.
That's what I meant. I didn't feel as bad. I'm like, well, she handed me the key, you know.
She could have just went out there and did it real quick.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. So I'm assuming like me turning it to unlock it kind of bent the key a little bit, and then when I turned it back the other way, because you can't take it out.
Right.
It's in there, you know? And I was like, ooh. Also, not my first time I've done that. I have a very small amount of patience when it comes to
very heavy hand also.
Yeah. So
because that's my first thought of like, as soon as you said that, of like, I can't come back here
that's
anymore.
What I instantly thought. I was like, I got to find a new gas. It's like 30 seconds from my house, and I got to find a new one.
I got to go somewhere else.
Yeah. I can only get gas here. I can't go inside.
I can't go inside anymore. Yeah, I guess I can go across the street to the pharmacy to get my drinks.
Yeah.
But I can get my gas here. I do that shit all the fucking time.
There's my picture.
Not break keys off and locks, but just of the new, not new anymore, but on my side of town, the pizza place or whatever.
Yeah.
Drive through of like, and I went through last week or whatever. Just order shit on. It's very nice. Order stuff online, just drive through. Don't have to get out of the vehicle.
Yep.
I pulled in, and like they just got my shit and brought it to me. Like they didn't ask for my name. They didn't ask for like, I better go somewhere else. Of like, this is like the fact that they know my vehicle.
Yeah.
It's then there's one girl that's got a fucking wagon on her too.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
it's
one that has a real deep voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever heard her talk.
Yeah. What's your name?
Yeah.
Oh God.
It threw me off.
Yeah, I feel like I think the one time I ran through there, she asked me, and Molly's in the car with me. She asked me what our name was, and I went, "Oh, my name's Seth. Like, I think it's under Evans." And she's like, "Molly's like, why'd you dip in your voice?" I'm like, "Because I think hers is deeper than mine, and I didn't want to look like a little bitch."
Yeah, because it was one of those of, like, I hate it. Like once in a while, like your food's not ready. Hey, just go ahead and pull up.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Go ahead and pull out." So I'm like, "Fucking what?"
What? Yeah,
but I find it so funny that I said there's one girl that has a wagon on her.
Yeah,
and you knew exactly who.
Well, that
was
my next comment.
About.
Anytime we go through it, Mom's like, "Could her pants get any tighter?" I'm like,
exactly.
Sure. I didn't look. Fuck yeah, they can get tighter.
I mean, I don't know if they can physically.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pushing I assume those are stretchy jeans.
I assume. Yeah, very.
So I don't know if you get a smaller size and make them tighter. I don't know how that works. But
plus, I knew who you're talking about. Plus, every time I've gone in there, that's the only person back there.
Yeah,
I think she only works the drive-through.
And I'm not used to going places multiple times and seeing the same employee. Just like you talk about it, going to a gas station of like you end up seeing 8 different people because they get their paycheck and they leave.
Yeah, it was interesting. I did feel bad, but I was like, it's not my job. He handed me the key.
Did you give a breath before you walked back in? Like we were getting ready to go, "Oh, okay, here we go." Kind of.
No, because I knew he was busier than shit, so he wasn't really going to look at it. And I put the plastic key ring that it was like it said propane on it, and I put that over the lock, and I hid the key, and I just sat it nicely on the counter beside him, and I just tapped the counter, I went, "Your lock's broke." And I just walked out.
It'd be a funny thing if you just open the door, go, "Here you go, Chief," and just toss it. Like 2 pieces come.
Yeah, it was interesting. Interesting for sure. Man, I probably wouldn't have said anything to the lady who walked up and asked me, except for the sidewalks on a slope, so the door was swinging open.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want, you know what I mean? I'd feel bad as like somebody just ransacked the propane box.
That is so fantastic. But it's like even on like little shit like that, first of all, you shouldn't have been the one doing it.
Yeah.
So it's not to feel that bad, but you still feel like, man, I fucked somebody's day up.
Yeah, I know. I was like, man, this guy's really busy too. Like, I feel bad for the kid, but I was like, well, they did it.
Because I had another one, and I think the guy heard me, which is fine. I'm fine with it. Going through a drive-through, and he goes to hand my soda, and he has the fucking straw clipped, not against it, but he's got it in between his ring finger and his pinky.
Yeah. And
he tries to hand it to you once, and I couldn't grab it.
Yeah.
And first of all, like, I had to ask him, like, "Hey, I still need my drink."
Yeah.
Because it's like, here's your food. Have a good day. Like, I still need my drink. So then does this. I grab it, and I put that down, and then I kind of snatch the straw out of his hand. I said, "How the fuck am I supposed to grab this at one time and you hold it like a jackass?" And I just pulled out of like, but that's like 101 shit of like how you, like, how would you expect to have this handed to you of like you got it in 2 different places? You fucking moron.
Yeah, I don't like, you can tell the people who've been in the restaurant biz longer when you do change and they put the change in their hand, then the cash, instead of the fucking change on top of the cash. When they hand it to you, it just fucking spills.
Yeah, and they're like, well, how am I supposed to get this?
Yeah. But then I feel I'll do the awkward thing. Like, I'll just fucking grab their hand and like take it one big swipe. Thanks.
Well, that's what I always do. If I have cash, like, I'll hold it at the corner to hand to them. Yeah. And when they give you that fucking weird where they rub your whole hand and then grab, it's like, well, that was unnecessary because I held this, like, I gave you 95% of the bill to grab, and you still grabbed my hand and rubbed it. Yeah. Like, I don't.
You wanted a high five.
I mean, pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. What are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, you had to reach underneath the glass covering to get this. So,
that's the other. Well, but the thing is with the change is that they always drop it on the ground and they go, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, nobody's getting it. So.
Well, I'm not getting out and getting it, so I guess we're just fine with you shortchanging me.
I watched the lady at McDonald's spill my wife's drink because the glass was so far down, she had to tip it underneath, and I don't know if the lid was on all the way. All of it just spills on the ground, And I start losing it. And I'm like, and she's like, oh my, and really young girl. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so. I'm like, it's fine. It didn't get on me. It didn't get on anything else. But I'm like, seems like you're having a bit of a rush day anyway. Just go ahead and take your time. It's just pop.
Well, that was the other part of the thing is when he handed me the soda, it was a good fucking 2.5 inches shy of the top.
I hate when they don't fill up my pop all the way to the top.
You handed me a fucking soda improperly. And then you fucking shorted me.
Yeah.
And it's one of those ones where, like, I know people that will order no ice.
Yeah.
I am not one of those people. Give me ice.
Yeah.
Like, I have more drinks at home, too. So, like, I'm fine. Yeah. But when you get it, it's shorted.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, like, 2 cubes of ice. And I'm like, well, you basically just put a shot of water in here. I mean.
I don't like when they put ice in my pop. I just feel like, one, I don't like watered down pop. And I just feel like they don't put it all the way up to the top.
Well, I like it when I get a soda, I want it fucking cold.
I mean, well, the pop comes out of the machine cold, so it's not like you need ice in your pop.
Yeah, but it's in a paper fucking cup, and you're gonna have warm soda. And it's a winter time. It's not like you don't have fucking heat on, so the soda's not gonna be cold. By the time you get it all drank, you need ice in the fucking soda.
I don't have my car on heat, I don't have the heat all the way up, so my pop's fine when it's in the car.
Well, not all of us fucking sweat like you, pal. And I want a cold soda. When I want a drink, I want it cold.
Okay.
Soda.
That
might have been the 3 greatest minutes for us that there was, and everybody else was like,
what the fuck
show fucking sucks.
Yeah. It was nice. It was good.
Oh, shit.
Oh, gosh.
Anything else go on this week? I mean, besides baseball, calling it quits.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, man. I mean, like, so easily, too. They're like, yes, man, we're done.
It's like, well, we didn't reach it, so the first series and the second series are canceled. Like, all right.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, well, maybe next week or so. It's like, so 1 hour difference, you canceled 2 series, and now you're going to wait like another fucking week?
Yeah. Oh, man. What a shit show that place is.
Oh, my God. Well, that's the funny thing is, like, everybody's like, Rob Manfred's ruining the league. Of like, people don't understand what commissioners in sports are.
Yeah.
They're just a talking piece for the owners. Like, they're like, Roger Goodell's ruining this league. It's like,
nope.
He does what the owners tell him to do.
Yeah, he's just
Rob Manfred now, he can't speak worth a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he bumbles. I mean, he did call the World Series trophy a piece of metal.
Yeah.
Well, are you just going to take back a piece of metal?
Yeah.
Well, it's what you play for, so.
It's your most prized trophy in this game.
But everybody's like, he's ruining the game. It's like, well, it's not. Like, do you think he has control over 32 teams and he makes all the decisions? It's like,
no shit.
That ain't how it works.
Yeah.
But I just love that of like, we're going to extend it from the deadline from 5 to 6. And then at 6 o'clock, the first 2 series of the season are canceled.
Yeah.
We'll show these guys.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Well, I don't. And they keep coming up with it's another record year of profits of like,
how?
Fucking how?
How can they? I honestly don't understand how they make money. I talk to a lot of people, and not one of them say they've watched the whole baseball game. I saw the score. Oh, I saw this play. Oh, I saw this. Nothing. I was like, hey, I watched the game. No, it wasn't. Nothing.
Well, and it's another thing because I don't watch NBA either, but like on Twitter and stuff, I'll catch enough highlights that you just know what's going on. When nobody watches baseball,
there's no fucking highlights,
and MLB is locked down on their rights that they don't let them on the internet.
No.
I don't follow the MLB, so
neither.
Why would I?
Yeah, it sucks.
The funny thing is, I don't follow Major League Baseball. I don't follow the NBA.
No,
obviously I follow the NFL, and I also follow NFL Europe, or England, or whatever the UK. I think is what it's called. NFL UK. Of like, that's just a different take on shit that I want to hear about anyways. And it's usually pretty positive.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get the comments from like Americans that are like, why are we losing a game here? And I'm like, well, I mean, it makes sense now because with the 17-game schedule, you only ever had 8 home games anyways.
Yeah,
so you're good. It's the same.
Yeah.
But they're all pretty pumped, and they only get to see the Jaguars for the most part, and they're happy.
I like the overseas games because it seems like the whole fucking thing's sold out. And it's just, I mean, fuck. And it's one, I like them because I get a game at 9 a.m. So I get football pretty much all day.
You feel like a West Coast person.
Yes. Yeah. Who gets up in the morning. Frame. Yeah. And gets that. But it just seems like everybody has a good time there. You know what I mean? It's they don't get it, and it's the best sport ever.
Yeah.
So, they probably are going to enjoy it.
When I was on that little run of watching those reaction videos, and it's always like British people reacting to American things.
Yeah.
It was like several of them getting, and they're not people that do sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, but pumped up of like, an NFL game. I'm hoping I can get a ticket this time just
to say you went to a game.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah,
of like,
fantastic.
You can go watch these guys jog for 3 hours and not score, or you can watch these guys murder each other.
A little bit more fun.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Super duper fun.
The combine measurements have started. And
I didn't see his hand size.
Oh my God. One, it's really small. It's like 8.5. I mean, it's really small.
Yeah.
But who gives a fuck? Who gives a flying fuck? It was like, I saw the report, like, Pickett has 8.5-inch hands, had 26 fumbles in college. Is it correlated? I don't know, because I didn't watch every fucking game in college.
Yeah.
I mean,
watch the tape.
Yeah. Was it?
Was he getting sacked and having it slapped out of his hand?
Yeah.
Or was he just running in the pocket and just dropped it?
Yeah. What are we talking about here? Yeah. I mean, Joe Burrow had the smallest hands of his draft. Seems to be okay.
Yeah, that was the main thing on Twitter today. I was like, why is Joe Burrow trending? I'm like, oh, measurements are out, because that is the greatest tweet.
Yeah.
And he's like, it turns out I have tiny hands thinking about retiring from football. Keep me in your thoughts.
Yeah.
Like,
and people, that always gets me. It always gets me, the measurements of people. Now, I know, obviously, size matters in the NFL.
Yeah.
You look at a very dominant player in Aaron Donald, and he is undersized for his position.
Yes.
And he's fantastic. I mean, I know it's big. I know it's important. At one point in time, it's just like, watch the fucking tape.
Yeah.
Don't overreact because the guy, Well,
I seen that. They listed like the top 540 times of the last 20 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like none of them are worth a fuck.
Yeah. None of them are in the league.
No.
I think the only one that was, and you can call it successful because he's in the record book, is Chris Johnson.
Yeah, he had 1 year where he got 2,000 yards, and that was it.
That was it.
I mean,
yeah. The other one that I remember specifically, because I always found it so weird that position, one does it, but Tyrann Mathieu did like 225 once. They're like, I'm like, what? He doesn't weigh 225. No. I mean, it would be hard for him to do it more than maybe 5 times at the max.
And then it's like, well, he's a 6'8" tackle, and he only put up 22 reps of like, well, he's got to travel that bar 3.5 feet down to his chest. Or I mean, what are we? Is he bench pressing this end?
Yeah.
I mean, because I don't understand.
Has anybody ever bench pressed before to know that, that's really far?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Your longer guys aren't going to have it. I mean,
they're not Larry Johnson where their arms are barely longer than their chest.
Yeah. That bench press one's always fucking weird.
Weird. Oh, he did it 45 times. Yeah, but his tape sucks. He's just really strong. I mean, go do something else, man. Sorry. And
I'm wondering after this week of who's the one that's going to shoot up the board.
Yeah.
Because somebody will. Somebody's going to do something. Hell, he ran a 4.25.
Yep.
Well, he's a top 5 pick now.
Yeah.
Well, because that's the other one is like that Thibodeau from Oregon.
Yeah.
Like he's falling down the board already of like, fucking why?
Why?
Like edge rusher is like outside of quarterback right now seems to be the most important position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, fall.
Yeah.
Go to a good team.
Yeah.
That sucks. You know what I mean?
Well, that was the one I was listening to the radio and who they was talking about. He had offers to go to Alabama and he chose to go to Oregon so he could have a good relationship with Nike for when he went to the league.
Oh,
I'm like, well, that's a
business
that story
decision.
Needs to get out there.
Yeah, that's smart.
I mean, that's guy
cool.
Thinking about his future.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually that's interesting.
Yeah, I want to hear more of that story of why because I think people's like, well, he's dominant pass rushers, but is at Oregon playing against a bunch of high school teams. I mean,
nah, but it's still impressive. I mean,
yeah,
still,
but it's like,
he's
still this size. He's still got this get off.
Yeah.
He's still, I mean,
yeah, I'm a big tape person. What you do on the field matters more than what you do in a stadium with no pads on. I mean, everybody's faster when they're naked. I mean,
I don't understand that. Why are we running 40s with no pads?
Yeah. It's weird.
Why are receivers running routes with no helmets?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
because that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look through the face mask.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I think if Dallas has to like draft receivers anymore, they should have a light shining in the players' eyes as they go to catch it, just so they can get used to their stadium.
Yeah,
that's the pro day workout. Somebody get the flashlight out.
Yep. Make it an LED.
Yeah. Really get
or that one you see on the social media where it's like they call it the sun or whatever, where it's like totally fake.
Yeah.
Here, we're in this dark park, and it's like, boom, like it's daytime.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not.
No way that works.
No way that works.
No way that happens.
Nope.
Is it like basically you have a stadium light on a flashlight? I don't feel like that's one. It might
blow
your hand off.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you hear it ignite when you flip the switch on, it's not good.
If it starts beeping, like maybe you should put this down. It's like, hey, you can do this. The battery lasts for fucking 30 seconds. You better find what you're looking for fast.
Oh, gosh.
I like the combine stuff just with all the shit that comes out of it. Of like,
I love the overreactions.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the biggest recent one was obviously DK Metcalf. You know, he come in, don't get me wrong, he is a physical specimen as a receiver. I mean, he's like 6'4". I mean, he's massive. Did all the good stuff. He led college in drops. I mean, and they were like, "Oh man, why is he a 4th round pick?" That's why, because his tape's bad.
He had one breakout season of he caught some deep routes and then he chased a guy down on an interception.
Yeah.
Now tell me what else he's done.
Nothing.
And that one that bothers me, you know, we're a couple of fit fellas here.
For sure.
And when they keep going back on his combine stuff, where they talk about his body fat percentage.
Yeah.
And it's like 2.4%. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
No, that's
not alive.
No, it's not. You're not alive.
Not alive, Dad.
They've tested guys like bodybuilders, and they are at like 4%, and they are borderline dead.
Yeah.
When they're doing that. I'm like, this guy's not walking around it. He wouldn't be able to run the 40-yard dash at that.
No,
like,
he'd pass out.
He'd have to take a fucking nap at the end of it. Of like,
yeah, there's no way.
Like, you have more fat in that than your fucking liver.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and if he is, then your doctors need to tell him to fucking eat something because
you're not
going to make it.
You're not healthy, buddy. What a not fun life that would be to have to like walk around at 4% body fat. Like, you can't do anything.
No.
I had my almond today. That's it.
You just walk around with your shirt off all the time? Do you not have a job?
Yeah.
I don't think the male Instagram model in it is a thing anymore.
No,
I mean, it's more female driven.
Yeah.
With more OnlyFans driven than Instagram. So
I don't know anybody's like, man, you see that really jacked guy on Instagram? No, I saw the hot lady with the big boobs.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Big fakies.
Yeah.
What we're looking for.
Big fakies.
I love there's one girl, and she's like part of a hunting family.
Okay.
And that's basically where I follow because they're always on deer hunts and stuff. And I like, watching death.
Yeah.
So, she wrote a book because she has a shit ton of followers and like does like a fitness thing too.
Yeah.
It's like how to get 1 million followers on Instagram without showing your butthole.
Yeah. I hope that's the title of the book.
That's the title. That is the title of the book.
That's fantastic. What a great title.
Great title.
It's a great title. Straight to the point.
So then it's like, well, first of all, when I see that, I have to click on see how many fucking followers she has.
Yeah.
It's like just over 1 million. It's like, well, to put that title out there, I feel like you should have more than that.
Yeah.
And then you scroll down her wall of pictures. It's like 95% of your pictures is pictures of your ass.
Yeah.
So
she didn't show her butthole.
Yeah. I don't think they allow you to do that. So, but that is like,
what is this weird balloon?
It's like, okay, well, your husband's only got like 200,000 followers. Like, well, is he not following the steps?
Yeah.
Or are these steps only for chicks?
For chicks, yeah. Show your butthole, buddy. See if you get more followers.
Hey, be in shape, have big tits, show your ass. You'll get 1 million followers.
Yeah. It's a short book. Seems like I could read that
one. Pretty good.
Yeah. For sure.
It's a good solid read.
It's a good solid read. That's a toilet read right there.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, it's a picture book, so maybe.
Yeah. Sweet.
Shit.
Got pop-ups. Yeah.
Big fucking cannons coming out. God damn. Poke me in the eye.
Yeah. My eye poked out by a booby book.
Yeah. The fucking picture of her and her husband. I didn't expect that coming. Right in my face.
Oh, man.
Didn't phrase that properly.
Yeah. It's all right. I knew what you meant.
Oh, shit.
You want to get into this?
Yeah, we got to get into this. We got a lot to cover.
Oh, yeah. So last week, I know we had talked that we're going to try and break down all of the divisions and the teams, what we feel that could make them better in the next season. We did the NFC East last week, and then we, did the math and realized that if we do once a week, we're not going to be there by the time free agency rolls around. And then I didn't realize that it's March now, so we only have 2 weeks. So we're going to hit the rest of the NFC today, and then next week we're going to hit the whole AFC. So stay tuned, stay listened. Hope it doesn't get
listened.
Hope it doesn't get dry for you. So
that's what I have.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you by KY Jelly. Try not to get dry on you with football talk.
Yeah. KY Jelly.
Figure that's worth $10,000.
Yeah. No, I mean,
your watch just try to order KY Jelly.
Yeah. I mean, it's on my history, but just had to swipe left and it's ordered. Thanks, Amazon.
I have an Amazon button.
Thanks, Amazon. All right. What do you want to start with?
You call it.
I have the South up first. You want to start with the South?
I have the same thing up first.
Okay, cool.
So I think that's what we said next week. Is you're right. Next week we'll do the South.
Oh man. So I started with the Bucks.
Yeah.
One, they got to try to re-sign the people that they have on the team already. I think that's kind of obvious to people. One, I put out there, it's probably not going to cost you a whole lot. I said that they needed to trade for Derek Carr.
Okay.
I think, one, the Raiders seem to always be wanting to get rid of him, and he's a starting quarterback. I think with the offense that they have, with the weapons that they could re-sign, he would fit in there. I mean, they have a good running game. They have good weapons. If he could be there, I think they would still have success. Maybe not push for the Super Bowl every year, but he's kind of more of the long-term after Brady left than a lot of options there.
I have with them is I don't think they can keep Godwin because
I don't either.
They can't pay him.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't, people don't remember, they tagged him last year, so he hadn't been paid yet.
Yeah.
And he wasn't a first-round pick, was he?
No.
So
wait.
Was he? I can't remember.
He might have been.
If he was, but he still hadn't got his payday
yet. Yeah.
And they're not going to be able to do that.
No.
I think with them, because you want to say they'll compete, but maybe that Kyle Trask is okay. Maybe you go that way.
Mm-hmm.
But so you still have Mike Evans, so you got to get something.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to have enough money to get a top flight guy.
Yeah.
But I think someone that would fit in that is going to probably not get re-signed is Michael Gallup.
Okay.
From Dallas.
Yeah.
I think that's a good, because, the Gronk thing going away, that's fun. They had like 9 fucking tight ends anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody to step up and do that. They need an off guy.
Yeah.
Scotty Miller's still going to be there for your speedster. He'll get more slot time now.
Yeah. I kind of have in the same fit. I said Juju. I think that, I mean, he may be able to fit. He may take the craziness of Antonio Brown. He may bring that back. But, I had the same. I don't think they re-signed Chris Godwin, but Juju's not going to cost you a whole lot.
No, he's going to cost you $6.5 million.
Yeah, and
maybe
then
$7.
Draft-wise, their center's a free agent, and then their all-pro guard just retired. And I said draft O-line. I mean,
that's exactly what you got to do because you got to start rebuilding the team. Because you're also, I mean, like all your pass rushes are up too. Like they're in a tear down position right now. Like if Tom Brady came back, kick it down the road, do what you can. But now's the time. If Kyle Trask is garbage, then you got to get a quarterback. But if you want to see, now's the time to see. I mean, and Mike Evans is just gonna have to be okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he is. I mean, he's
well, he spent a long time there and kept re-signing there when they were fucking losing all the time.
Exactly.
So you got a Super Bowl ring.
Yep.
It's just where they're at.
Yeah. Saints have a lot of shit. And again, I tried to do what would be best for them to be successful, not necessarily looking at money completely. So like, obviously they probably need to get rid of some contracts. That's kind of, but I didn't put that on that section.
And I want to put this in there. Obviously you're going to hear some names in these from me, especially because like with these free agents, I might list them off at multiple teams because I think that's what they need to do because there's going to be some bid war.
Oh, yeah,
like you're going to hear Godwin's name come up to some
teams. Yes.
But in the other thing, also not taking into, I'm just going off of guys that are going to be free agents, not talking cap casualties yet.
Yeah.
Because we happen to be talking about a team that's going to have some cap casualties.
Yeah. The first off, I started with you got to solidify the quarterback position, and the most successful quarterback that's been there other than Drew Brees was Teddy Bridgewater, and he's a free agent, so I had them re-sign Teddy, and then draft offensive line because they're not going to be able to. Your left tackle's gone, you can't afford him, and just to have some success. Alvin Kamara is probably still there as long as nothing happens with his legal stuff. So you got to rebuild there, and then I just said trade. You got to get rid of one or two of your star contracts, and that comes up later with other teams trading for those particular people. But I just feel like they have a lot of shit going on because of their cap hit.
Yeah, I had that. I mean, and it changed a lot because my thoughts last week have changed to this week because they already restructured Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
which helps.
Mm-hmm.
I went the same way. I have 2 quarterbacks listed, and because I think they're the same quarterback.
Yeah, except
Teddy Bridgewater's one of them, would get the nod because he's there, but Sean Payton's not there. But they kept that same structure, so he can just plug in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like him, Andy Dalton.
Yeah,
they're the same quarterback.
Yeah,
it's just what can you get?
Yeah,
and their offensive line, they're losing. Hopefully a couple to the Bengals.
Yeah,
but, and that other one that you just mentioned on the last team actually seems like that might be where he goes, but. And they're going to lose. They got to go offensive line, and they're going to have to get some defensive back help because they're going to lose some of those guys.
Yeah. I mean, Marshawn Lattimore might be gone.
And their other corner is. I don't know if they can sign him.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
So
it's a tough one for them.
But quarterback, you got to have quarterback.
Got to have quarterback. Falcons. Now this one, I can have his name in a lot of different teams, but if Arthur Smith is your coach, and you are giving him years to do what he wants to do, I feel like now is their rebuilding season. Calvin Ridley's gone. He's not coming back.
Nope.
I have Mitch Trubisky in a trade.
Okay.
I feel like he's just, like I said, he's going to be popped up a bunch of different places, but Mitch Trubisky's one. Arthur Smith runs the ball first. That's what he did in Tennessee. Mitch can do that. I feel like he can work there. The other one was I have Michael Gallup as a Falcon too, kind of replace the Calvin Ridley, and then because your offensive line's there, they're not terrible.
Yeah.
You draft Kyle Pitts, whatever. That's another weapon. They have some other receivers that no name guys, but still contribute. But I feel like Michael Gallup could be a number 1 guy there as long as
Yeah.
But,
but he's not a number 1 guy, but he could be a number 1 guy there in a rebuild.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's my thing with them is I didn't do anything with them at quarterback just because they're hamstrung with that fucking contract.
And that was the only I debated on that. I'm like, well, whatever. But
cause my thing is because their offensive line and their defensive line are fucking terrible, and I mean terrible. So I have a free agent signing of an offensive lineman, that Laken Tomlinson from the 49ers.
Yeah,
kind of fits in the scheme that they kind of run already.
Yeah.
He's a zone block guard. You can sign some other young free agent offensive linemen, but here's a veteran that's got some years left that can kind of help bring it together.
Yep.
And defensive line wise, I mean, there's some splashy guys, but there's a lot of edge rushers hitting the fucking market. Like you can, and there's a lot of inside guys hitting the market.
Yeah.
They're in the, not the top 20 free agents, but they're in that 30 to 40.
Where ones you can fucking afford.
Yeah. You can put, we need to get like 4 guys in here, not just a guy.
Yeah.
Like Tomlinson, he's not, Jesus, he's $8 million a year.
Yeah,
You're probably going to get that guy 4, and he's going to help you on the inside.
Yep.
Because that's the other one, because Cordero Patterson's free agent.
Yeah. So
re-sign him, because that's going to help you move.
Yes. One,
you're going to pay somebody, pay him.
Yeah. He helped you so much last year.
Help you get a quarterback, and if you draft a quarterback, say here, that you might like later in the rounds.
Yeah.
It's at least somebody that might get him to, because he's another one of like, if you franchise tag him, what's he fucking franchise tagged as?
A running back or a receiver?
Is he?
Yeah.
But offensive line, defensive line, that's the.
I have draft offensive line, defensive line.
And there's a lot. The shit ton of offensive linemen in the draft. Like you can get, you can spend multiple rounds on both those position groups. and be okay.
Yeah. All right, last one of that division, Panthers. They have enough things going on, positive things going on for them, other than the person handling the ball. They can't find a quarterback. So I said get rid of all the quarterbacks, but Darnold, because I think his contract's the biggest.
Yeah.
And then I said sign Jameis Winston. I know he's coming off an ACL, but he can compete with Darnold, whatever. He's still, he might be better than Darnold. He just hasn't, he hasn't gotten that chance yet. But at least you have 2. You don't have 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cam, he's got to be gone.
Well, it's leaning toward retirement the way it sounds from him. Like, I think he realized even going back there that he just doesn't have it.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's you make sure you just have 2, competing, not deciding whether you want to go, not having different packages. Well, Cam's our goal line quarterback. That's not the NFL,
I've got 2 quarterbacks listed here, and one of them is they're not scared to pay him.
Yeah.
Because he's been talked about so much as a goddamn backup that he's going to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's going for money, this is the place he's going to go because they're going to give it to him, is Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. No,
But I got like a Mariota Trubisky.
Yeah.
One of those guys that, are they your complete future? No. But are they 4 years? Okay.
Probably, yeah.
4 years gets you down the road because you're not doing anything until you can get McCaffrey off the books.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, because he's a burden.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't play.
Yeah.
He takes all your money. I mean, there's just nothing you can do with him.
Yeah. One thing I have with them is I have this guy at a lot of places, but Orlando Brown Jr. is a free agent from the Chiefs. I have them signing him.
Yeah.
Offensive line's terrible.
Yeah.
So bad. Like, Darnold's not good, but when he doesn't have any time, he's even worse.
Right.
I mean, so you help him out, help whoever your quarterback is. That's a big staple piece of an offensive line, having that big bastard over there. I think that would help them a lot. And then I just had draft some more of them.
Well, and that's such a weird thing of they have the owner that spends money like no other owner.
Yeah.
Of like, secondly, take a step back and hire somebody in the fucking front office. Because the way you're spending money, you should have a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
And you are garbage.
Yeah, you're not good.
Of like, you're spending more money in dead contracts and all this shit than Super Bowl teams.
Yeah.
And playoff teams of like, you're going all in
for nothing
with shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yeah, exactly. I really do think that the Joe Brady firing was wrong.
Yeah.
I know that when you have that bad of a season, it has to be blamed on somebody, and he's the youngest person on your staff, so it's easy to blame that guy. But I feel like he does a really good job with stuff. I just don't know if it was the right fit for him. You know what I mean? I feel like he can do a lot of different good stuff.
Well, and that was one, he probably shouldn't have got that particular job. He was offensive coordinator for 1 year in college.
Yes. Yep.
If you want to go back to the NFL, you're going to have to be, either, like the game plan manager or whatever it is.
Just be a position coach to start. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you're shitty.
Yeah.
You're a young guy that has no experience up here doing this. I'm going to have to fire you to save my job.
Exactly.
Which is basically what happened. I mean, because Matt Rule is probably getting fired after next year anyway.
Probably.
So you have to.
Yep. You want to move to the north?
Works for me.
All right. Go ahead. You start this time.
Well, what team you want to start with? Let's go. Start with the Vikings.
Okay.
They have weapons.
Yeah.
They have a running back.
Yep.
Vikings fans, if you're listening, you're keeping Kirk Cousins just because there's nothing else you can do with it. There's just nothing else you can do with it. You need defensive back help a ton.
Yep.
Especially because I believe in the next one that Aaron Rodgers stands. So get your money together, and it's coming from the Panthers. Throw your money at Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
And just see what you can do.
Yep.
Get a lockdown guy.
Yep.
But sure up the defense.
Yep.
And because the fucking throwing league and in the division you're in, kind of need it. So
yeah, I went with that route too. I went with 2 cornerbacks. I said you're going to pay Stephon Gilmore, and you can easily sign Casey Hayward Jr. He's a veteran free agent guy, just leaving, I think, the Raiders. He was only there for a year. But that gives you 2 starters on each side, and that's a big fucking deal because their defensive back is terrible. I mean, Harrison Smith's really, really good, but he can't do fucking everything. Plus, he's mostly in the box.
Yeah.
And then I don't think it's going to happen because I've heard reports that the Browns are all in on this guy, is sign Dave Njoku.
Yeah.
The Rams like to do a lot with the tight end. Now, they don't necessarily throw it to the guy a lot.
The Rams?
Yeah, the guy who's their coach now came from the Rams.
Oh.
I'm tying it together.
Man, I'm getting thrown.
I'm tying it together. Their new coach for the Rams.
Gotcha.
They like to do a lot of stuff with the tight end. Like I said, not necessarily throw it to the guy. Njoku is a big athletic tight end. Could really help him there. Plus, ever since Kyle Rudolph left, I just felt like there's a void at that position for them. And they used him quite a bit.
Yeah.
Feel like, having somebody there. And then this is my big one for them. I don't know if they can afford it, but if you have a Danielle Hunter and you're not trading him or you're not cutting him or anything like that, go all in for Chandler Jones. Have 2 fucking bookends to go with. That was my big one. I don't think they can do it. I think he's going to get a big fucking payday from a bad team. It always feels like that happens.
If I was going to throw a second guy in there, it'd be in their defensive backfield.
Yeah.
Because he's probably going to get, unless he restructures or does whatever, because he's probably going to be a cap casualty.
Yeah.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put those 2 guys back there because he's just that guy.
Yeah. No, he's a dude.
Like, he's going to run your defense. I mean,
yeah.
And because basically we're at the time now, these last couple years, Mahomes' contract it starts going up.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have 3 or 4 guys that are cap hitting close to 20 mil.
Yep.
Of like,
you're going to have to get rid of some guys.
You're going to have to get rid of some guys.
Yeah.
But and that's 2 guys, that guy listed for 2 different teams in this division.
Yeah.
That I have.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We'll just go to that because I have the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically the same 2 guys. They give up more pass yards than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do a lot of shit on offense with that.
Yeah.
You're not going to get unless you just shitload pay a wide receiver. Not even get them there with golf.
Mm-hmm.
Do with what you got.
Yeah.
But that Stephon Gilmore, Tyrann Mathieu, throw all your money at it because if they're looking, because Gilmore hadn't really gotten paid.
No,
because he came from the Patriots and all that stuff. So maybe if you could throw that at those guys. That's because I don't know what to do with the Lions because
they need
you're building through the draft.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really have a quarterback. So if you don't have the quarterback of your future, you're not getting long-term wide receivers to sign there.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do with that, but you just defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went 1 defensive back. I don't think that he's going to re-sign with the Patriots. So I said sign J.C. Jackson from the Patriots. Belichick likes to just sign and dump guys all the time. Plus, he's going to want some money, and I don't think they really want to pay him that much.
Because he's in that tag range.
Yeah. But if he's available, I have him. And then I kind of went the opposite route. I don't know if it's just the guy's personality, but it seems like the coach Campbell wants to keep Goff because I think he's a realistic guy saying, who else am I going to get at this point in time? So I have them signing Mike Williams from the Chargers. He's a free agent. 1 receiver. That equestrian however I can't pronounce his first name, St. Brown, did a really good job at the end of the season last year. You put a big target to Goff on the other side. And then my big trade was a defense again, and I said trade for Cam Jordan from the Saints.
Yeah. Yep. With the golf thing, I'll tell you what, like when Motor City started taking over the play calling, he played better.
He played a lot better.
They like their last handful of games, he played well. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I've got Mike Williams going somewhere else in the division. It's funny.
Yeah, funny.
We're all in the same kind of.
Yeah. But I think one of the best things that I think you can say about the Lions, their offensive line is very underrated. They did a really good job last year. I mean, drafting Penny Sewell obviously helps. So I think this year in the draft or free agency, you don't have to go get those guys. You can actually go get weapons for Goff and make them a little bit better.
Yeah. All right, let's head over to the Bears. Here's what I got.
Mm-hmm.
One, because I had him last week going somewhere else, but do everything you can to keep Robinson. I don't think they can.
Yeah.
Because I think they pissed him off enough last year.
Yeah.
Of if you're going to sign him to a contract, you'd have done it before you tagged him.
Yeah. Who's the coach there?
I don't know who they hired.
I forget who they hired.
Somebody from Kansas City. No, that was the GM.
It was a defensive guy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the defensive guy from the Colts.
Colts, yes. Yep. Eberflus.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, goal number one, Allen Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Got to sign him.
Yeah.
Number two, kind of in that line of you got to stop giving up all the sacks. So, free agent wise, Brandon Scherf from Washington.
Yep.
Start there.
Yep.
And then kind of pluck in some lower level guys to fill that in, because everything done with that, I know they got some defensive guys that are leaving and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This offseason and draft is offensive line and weapons.
Yep.
That's all you can be doing. I mean, now granted, you pick up some late round stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can't keep spending money on the fucking defense when they are still good enough to give up less than 20 points a game, but you can't score 20 points.
Yeah.
So, and your guys getting murdered back there. Offensive line, weapons.
Yeah. Yeah. I went mostly that route too with offensive line and weapons. I have Laken Tomlinson instead of Brandon Sheriff.
Gotcha.
And then I just said low level tackle. I mean, you're not going to get the Brown and the other guy that's out there. Sign, number 6 of the tackle free agents or something like that. Somebody who you can afford. And then I went in as they're not getting Allen Robinson. He's gone. But I did say trade for Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Make that trade, get him in a new situation, new area, give Justin Fields some help. And then I just said draft all the offensive linemen you can because it's just so bad.
There's a spot where obviously, your hopes are for Allen, but it's not going to happen. But that's a spot for Juju.
Yes, it is.
He's already a cold weather receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
He's not great.
You can afford him, too.
You can afford him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can get several. You can probably sign, because Robinson's going to cost you $20 million a year. So if you're not going to do that, you can sign 2. You can sign a Juju, and another receiver of that same caliber for the same price, and because you don't really have anybody else to do that with. So, but keep your quarterback upright. Montgomery's still good in the backfield.
Yeah, does a good job.
Still catches the ball and everything like that. Like, it seems like that's the only plays they do well is throwing to him.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the guy upright. Give him somebody to throw to. That's your only job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your only job this offseason.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Packers?
Packers. One, Aaron Rodgers is staying out.
Yeah.
As soon as we release this episode, he's going to get fucking traded. But I'm saying he's staying. I think everything points to that he's staying. He hasn't said anything like he's going anywhere.
No.
Number one free agent is listed as Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
No.
He's either get extended or he's getting tagged.
Yep.
They are not letting him go.
Yeah. Nope.
So if Rodgers is going to be there, Devontae's there. A lot of talking heads saying the Godwin thing. I don't know that they can afford him because I don't know that the Packers, like if they were any other team, I think they'd kick the can and sign Godwin.
Yeah, but they're not like that.
I just don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah.
But I think they can afford Mike Williams.
Yeah.
And he's not good.
He's not.
He's just not.
He's not. He's a jump ball guy.
He's a take the top off guy.
Yeah.
And if you can have somebody, which I know Valdez-Scantling's kind of that fast guy too, but he can kind of more of a slot in there.
Yeah.
So if you have the speed of Scantling in the, moving this, which he played a lot in the slot anyways, and so does Adams.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have Williams that can take a top off,
it's going to open up. It's going to open up
things
even more for Devontae.
Because the thing, like Devontae's good at everything. Scantling catches a lot of slants.
Yeah.
Williams is good at running goes and like
goes
fucking go
posts,
in a post, but a slight post, not much of
the skinny post.
An anorexic post. Like his downfalls are short routes and over the middle.
Yeah.
But you got guys that do that. You need somebody to say, if you're going to creep up as a safety, this guy's going to run by everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what he is. And you can get him for, they're saying he's going to require $16 million a year.
No.
For fucking what? I mean,
he's not. Yeah,
he's not that good.
No. But a lot of bad teams will pay it. So, I mean, it's not crazy that he's asking that.
Because he is a name.
Yeah.
But
and he catches touchdowns.
Yeah.
And that's what he's going off of. I catch a lot of touchdowns, I have all of the people that you said are going to be there. I have it. Rodgers, Devontae. My biggest re-signing on the defensive side of the ball is you need to keep that Devondre Campbell. He was kind of the heart and soul of your defense last year. I think you need to re-sign him. He's not going to cost you much because he's been a traveler through his whole career. So you're not, he's not going to ask for a ton of money. I have 3 signings. What?
Nothing.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I said traveler?
No.
Oh.
You said he's not going to require a bunch of money.
I mean,
he's had the best season of his career.
But he's not, though, because if he's not re-signed with them, he's not going to get a big contract anywhere else. You think?
We'll see about that in the next division.
Okay. Anyway, the 3 signings that I have, and again, this is the Packers. They don't fucking sign people, but these are the ones I have. Akeem Hicks from the Bears. What do the Packers suck at? Run defense. Get a big dude on the inside, stop the run. My next one is the old Honey Badger. If you could get Tyrann Mathieu in your backfield with the DBs that you have, because you have a very good secondary, if you can put him back there, I think you may have one of the best defensive people on paper. And then my big fun one that I don't care if the other ones happen, I want this one to happen for both parties, is Jarvis Landry to the fucking Packers. I don't think he's re-signing with the Browns. I think he would go to the Packers for cheap because he wants to win a championship. And if this is Rodgers' last year, I feel like he's going to, even if it's just a 1-year fucking deal, then he go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry to the Packers, I think would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Well, that's one of, like, I didn't have Landry on my list because he's more of not a free agent, but gonna be a cap casualty.
Yeah.
He's under contract. If they keep him, it's like $15 million. Yep. If they cut him, it's like $2 million. So, and that's just a cap hit. They don't owe him $2 million. It's just a cap hit of $2 million, which is nothing in the NFL.
His social media has leaned towards they pissed him off.
Yeah.
So, and he seems like a guy who helped turn around your attitude. Wouldn't want to piss that guy off, but I don't think he's back with the Cleveland.
He is the guy that will become available, but there's only like 5 teams that can get him.
Yeah.
Because if you're not on a Super Bowl run,
he's not going there.
He ain't going.
No.
I mean.
And that's why I love the Packers there. One, everybody wants fucking receiver help for Aaron Rodgers. He would be so goddamn good. Yeah. So good.
And I think that's one of the things with people talking about, like with the Packers, like, well, he's got Devontae Adams. Like, yeah, but that doesn't matter. The Rams had to fuck Cooper Kupp, and they went out and got Odell Beckham. So what are we fucking talking about?
Yeah.
Can't just have one.
No, you got to have multiple.
I mean,
yeah, at least 2 for God's sakes.
Yeah, and with Jarvis, you're getting
a lot.
Like whatever fucking defenses you're up against, better have a top-notch fucking safety.
Yep,
and a hell of a good linebacker because that's where he catches a lot of balls.
Yeah, and then you have Devontae Adams just getting open no matter what the fuck happens.
Yeah, doesn't you? You put 2 guys on him, and then have Landry. And not to mention, Landry's pretty good at throwing the fucking football, too, so one of them's coming.
Yeah. So that's my fun one that I really want to see happen. And I have another place for him to go, too, that we'll talk about next week. But yeah, I'm excited for that guy. I hope he goes somewhere other than Cleveland. West?
Let's go to the West. You want to just start with the Rams?
Yeah, because I think it's the easiest one because they have no money.
Well, they have no money. And the guy that you said is not going to sign for a lot of money is where I have him going.
Okay.
Because you can't be on a playoff run and having your leading fucking run-stop tackler be your safety that was on a beach playing fucking basketball for 2 years.
I'm with you.
So, Devondre Campbell, look, he had the best year he's ever had. And, for the Rams, the salary cap's not real. They'll fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get him for what, $8 million? They can swing that. They'll restructure somebody. They can swing that.
Yeah.
He's not great at the old pass defense, but he can stop the fucking run.
Yeah. Actually, that's what his best category was, pass defense last year.
Yeah, but
no, I mean realistically,
over history, he's out of position a lot.
Yes, he is.
Well, they happen to have a lot of guys that are okay in the defensive backfield.
Yeah.
But you can't have your safety being your leading fucking tackler in the run game. So that's interior linebacker, middle linebacker, whatever you want to fucking call it these days.
Yeah.
Got to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Got to fucking do it.
Yeah.
And now that on the other end, because obviously they'll restructure, they got to pay, fucking forgot his name. Best player in the game.
Aaron Donald?
Yep.
Okay.
Got to pay him. I think he's out of guaranteed money. So they'll restructure him. But on a new deal.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, we're going to give you 5 years for $20 million a year, but we're going to kick this down the, like they might be bad 10 years from now, but they're going to be good right fucking now. And I think you might be able to get Vaughn back if he doesn't go sign with Denver just as a farewell tour.
Yeah.
I think you can get him back on the cheap because he's going to be like, I feel like next year is just like, you're kind of just a pass down guy that we're not going to pay you $15 million. Like, here's $6.
Yep.
And you might get him for that.
Yeah.
Because either that or go back to Denver and retire.
Yeah, exactly.
Mean, that's your options.
Yeah. I think I have to just try and re-sign as many guys as you can.
Yeah.
That was my main thing. And then the only thing I could think of, and I didn't go linebacker, which when you said it does make a lot of sense. But I went with the other side with, instead of signing Von Miller, sign somebody a little younger.
Yeah.
I think, don't quote me on this, he might not be, but I think Shaq Barrett is up for the Bucks.
Almost our whole defensive line is up.
So I think he would be a good option for them. He led the league in sacks 2 years ago.
Yeah. He's getting a little long in the tooth now, so you can get him.
Yep, so you can get him a little cheaper than what the Bucks got him for originally.
Yeah.
He was already tagged with the Bucks once, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good route for them. And then I think they'll keep OBJ, but I had that one down because he seems happy in LA, and I feel like he'll take the pay cut to stay there.
Well, because if he goes somewhere else, you got to do a prove it because you just tore your ACL on the same knee 2 years in a row.
Yeah, so I think that he will stay there. But like I said, re-sign the people that you need to re-sign to keep that core together.
Well, yeah, because I figured that, and that's why defensive wise, they got to sure that up, and I didn't go weapon because I think OBJ will be back.
Yep.
And then what's his name will be back off his injury because that changed the whole dynamic when he tore up. I mean, and then you still had Cooper Kupp getting open. So
yeah, you have Robert Woods and OBJ coming back.
Offensive wise, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's defense.
Yep.
Stop the fucking run game because you play in a division that runs all over you.
Yeah, exactly.
One specific team. So maybe sure that up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's head. Let's see what's next on my Seahawks.
Hey, Seahawks.
Their defense fucking sucks.
I think the whole fucking team sucks.
Yeah, I'm going to stay with like Russell Wilson is a fucking trash human. Because I seen another quote.
Oh God,
that came out as a good for Seattle, but then he finished it. It was like hey, I'm a Seahawk. I'm all about the Seahawks until I'm not. Of like,
what?
So what is that?
What
so
does
do you
that
want to
mean?
be here?
Or not?
I mean, you're a fucking asswad.
Yeah.
The fucking guy. Let Russ cook.
Yeah, let him
fucking
cook.
what?
Let him cook.
But based on what do you got to do to make the playoffs? You got to win your division. That's the easiest way to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Your defense sucks.
Yep.
Well, it kind of needs to get better if you're going to win your division because the fucking Rams are taking care of the offensive side of the ball. So you got to be able to stop something.
Mm-hmm.
So with their coach happening to be, and we're looking at just lost my spot here. Casey Hayward from Las Vegas.
Okay.
Solid number 2 guy.
Yep.
Zone heavy cornerback.
Yep.
Particularly 3 deep zone heavy cornerback of what they kind of play in Seattle.
Yep.
Get that guy down and, pick a fucking edge rusher.
Mm-hmm.
There's 8 of them on the board. You can get 1 of them.
Yep.
Start there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, offensive wise, they don't have the money to fix the defense and get big time weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That just is what it is.
Yeah.
Planning on Russ being there. You got 2 receivers that you done with for the last couple fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
You can sign a running back anywhere. Another one might be Cordero Patterson hitting it.
Yep.
That might be a good fit up there.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
zone,
yes,
defensive backs, edge rusher.
Yep.
Call it a day.
Yeah. I had the exact same guy in the DB. I had Casey Hayward going there.
It just makes fucking sense.
Yeah, it made sense for me there too. Because you have the best linebacker in all of sports. Bobby Wagner's a fucking stud, so you're good there. I put pass rusher down. I didn't have one in particular.
Nope. Just
I feel like
pick a fucking name.
I feel like there's a trade coming because that's what that GM loves to do. He loves to trade. He doesn't do it as well as the Rams with their picks, but I mean, for like 2 years in a row, their first pick was in the third round. So I mean, he's not afraid to get rid of the picks. I still feel like Russell Wilson's gone. Wherever he goes, I feel like he's gone. So I had trade or sign for Gardner Minshew.
Okay,
because he's not the Eagles' backup quarterback. I mean,
he seems like the kind of energy that Pete Carroll needs.
Yes, exactly. It's a fresh start. It's a guy who wants to play fucking football, and he's just fun to be around. He may, bring some livelihood to that old ass Seattle roster. And then I just said, offensive line, because your offensive line sucks. One guy I had in particular, but I wasn't sure if they were able to sign him, was the sheriff guy from Washington. But I don't know if they'll be able to sign him. I know he's kind of getting older, but he's still a top tier guard. But that was the route I went on, offensive line.
Yeah.
Minshew, and then we both had Casey Hayward. But
yeah, that's all there is. I mean, you're not going to know. I mean, because Russell's holding you hostage, and he's going to hold you hostage because he's a bad guy.
Yep.
But
yeah,
it's just such a train wreck because nobody,
yeah,
like, well, Pete's not. Because last year it sounded like Russ or Pete. Well, now it just sounds like Russ wants out, and that it doesn't. If you fire Pete right now,
it doesn't really matter.
I don't think it would matter.
No, I don't think
Russell
so either.
Would stay.
Yeah,
and like I said, he wants a market. He wants to be in. I know he's like the New Orleans thing, but they can't fucking like. If he got to New Orleans with Michael Thomas and stuff, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's kind of the Drew Brees kind of guy.
Yeah,
but how are they going to fucking pay him? Like if New Orleans was able to get Russell Wilson, you can go with that squad you got. You're probably going to win the South.
Yeah.
At that point in time, because
the South's bad.
You still have, a
lot of guys.
Have your guys.
Yep.
But I don't. Be tough to. It's going to be tough to trade for that because he's got a massive hitting contract.
Yeah.
So pretty tough. All right, we'll head down to the 49ers of San Francisco.
This is my favorite one that I did.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I really like this one.
All right. Well, I went with, because they're going to make their decision on quarterback. Doesn't matter. I mean, they already have their quarterback, whether it's the guy that played last year or the guy for the future.
Yep.
I didn't do anything with the offense. I mean, they're going to lose. They're going to lose a guard because they don't have a lot of money because they are up against it because now you're getting close to re-signing on Bosa. But your defensive line getting after the quarterback is good. Linebacker play. Well, he is black.
Yeah.
The real good one.
The really good one is
worse. I mean, fantastic.
Yeah.
So I have got cornerback Chavarius Ward from Kansas City. He is a man cover guy, but he's a number 2 guy. He's not a number 1 guy. But he's big, and he's better at man coverage.
Yep.
OBJ.
Yeah.
Second, double up Cooper. Got a man guy over here for the second target. That's... you can kind of see my thoughts of football, that everything I have picked has been to...
Fit the team
and to beat...
Yes, beat their best.
Everything of I'm having to sign for the West is how to beat the Rams. And everything for the North was how do you beat the Packers? And, because that's in the South, it's fuck coin flip because nobody's got anything. So, but that's kind of my... that you need a lock. You can't really call a number 2 guy a lockdown guy, but for a number 2 lockdown, because he's another one that Kansas City's not going to be able to fucking pay.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, no, they're not going to be able to pay him. He's going to hit the market. I like this one because I like the Niners. I like Niners, obviously. If people know me, John Lynch was my favorite player growing up, so I like to root for them. I went with a lot of defense as well. One, to stop the Rams, pretty much. So I went with a mixture of young and old because I know they don't have a lot of money, but I went after guys who they may not require a ton of money, or you can, push the bucket. My first one is trading for Derek Barnett from the Eagles. There was all talks last year that he was going to get traded. Still produces, and he's still in his rookie deal.
Yeah.
Trade for that guy. Opposite. You didn't really have anybody this past year opposite of Bosa. You kind of had to do a lot of things. Young can probably still do it. My next guy is, I know we've had him in a lot of spots, but fucking Honey Badger, man. Imagine him back there in that secondary man coverage. This guy likes to play man coverage, especially on, tight ends and slot receivers and shit like that. I think those two guys can really turn that defense around, and your defensive coordinator is obviously really, really young. Get some dudes in there that, are decent at their position. Tyron's probably one of the best there, available. And then the last two, they're kind of, I think they would be pricey for them, not having a lot of money. I said Stephon Gilmore. I mean, imagine him on the West Coast in that playing. I mean, I think it'd be fun for them.
Yeah.
And then offensively, I went with Juju. I think he fits. He's the smaller, speedier guy, what Shanahan likes to do.
Yeah.
And you haven't found anybody else opposite of Debo.
Right.
Your Brandon Ayuk kind of being a bust. You don't really have anybody else you throw the ball to other than George Kittle. Now you got somebody who's kind of reliable there.
Yeah.
He got hurt last year. Other than that, he kind of stays healthy.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I had with them. Somebody else other than Debo. All the action in the backfield with Debo, it's going to slow down because teams are going to start prepping for it. I feel like having another guy there would just solidify that offense, and having a rookie quarterback, have somebody else to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
He's a rookie still because he didn't play. So
that's why I think they move on and start playing him while you still have George Kittle, because that's a young guy's dream.
Yeah, exactly.
You kind of need that guy.
Yep.
In a running game, and
And they have that, and it doesn't matter who the fuck's in the backfield. In my first thought, I went, "Oh my god, could you imagine fucking Zeke in that offense?" But it doesn't seem to matter who the hell's in the backfield because one of scheme and two, their offensive line's pretty good.
Yeah,
I could even see them doing a very 49ers thing. Okay, Laken Tomlinson, kind of a young guy, he's got to go. We'll take Sheriff. He's older. We can sign him for what? I mean, you know what I mean, and just replacing him right along.
Well, because that's their offensive line is so good that as long as they don't lose all five, if they keep 3 out of 5, they can plug them in, and the other 3 are going to pick them up and get them where they need to be. I mean, that is just how you build good offensive lines.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, now we head to the last team on the list, the Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
Everything. Okay. There's been a lot of debate with the. I think I had a stroke there trying to fucking say that word, but because Kyler, that whole thing, Cliff just got signed. He just got re-upped, got a bag of money.
And GM, both of them.
You got some stability there.
Yep.
Kyler's going to be there. He ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
I mean, he sucks at quarterback.
Yep.
He just fails down the stretch. But it is what it is. That's where you're going to go with. Hopkins, healthy next year.
Yep.
I mean, it's an anomaly that he missed time because the guy just doesn't miss time. You got some weapons out there. AJ Green's gone, but you can find another
AJ Green.
You can pick a wide receiver at the end of his career for $2 million to go. You just need a guy opposite of DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Chandler Jones has to get taken care of.
Yep.
And, because you're going to have Watt for another year, so you need those two guys. You need the pass rush.
Yep.
For the big expenditure that I have of J.C. Jackson.
Okay. Yeah.
That is 2 edge rushers. Get a cornerback there that's a top flight corner. Also likes to get a lot of interceptions.
Yeah.
Pressure on the quarterback, interception machine, defensive back.
Yeah.
It's kind of a good mix to go.
Big mix. Yeah, I like that. I have the re-signing of Chandler Jones too. You have to. I mean, if you want to compete, you got to do it.
And he'll get paid somewhere else. Somebody will pay him. So you either do it or
Yeah. I think I have the other Williams, the safety from the Saints that's up, the Williams guy that's it was like 43. I can't remember his first name off the top of my head, but I know he's a free agent. I have them signing a safety to kind of go along with Budda Baker.
Almost bring fucking Tyron back.
Yeah, you could. I mean, if you really wanted to. Yeah. But I have that back end. I didn't go corner necessarily. But I like the J.C. Jackson move there.
To me, that's what makes sense because they need corners.
Mm-hmm.
And there they have Buda Baker back there at safe. I mean, like you got, one
person, and I have all O-line because their offensive line's terrible.
Yeah.
And Kyler Murray runs around with a fucking chicken with his head cut off. Whether that's intentional or not, I don't know. My big one for them, and I know they like to spend money and trade and things like that, I have them trading for Zeke. One, they like to throw to the running back. He's pretty still good at catching the fucking football out of the backfield. Two, both running backs are gone, and the one that had the most success this year was Big Connor.
Yeah.
James Conner. James Conner. Zeke is better than him, and I think he could have it's more of a fresh start. And
it's time
Arizona,
for him to be out of
Dallas.
Which we called for that last year that he needed to be cut by Dallas. They kept him around another year, but it's time.
I think they trading for Zeke, one, solidifies that spot, and two, they tried to run the ball a little bit more because they had the guys to do it.
Yeah.
Now you have a guy that will do it, that you can trust to give the ball to, take some pressure off Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of opens up the offense even more. Imagine your play action game now.
Yeah.
With DeAndre Hopkins. If you can keep Christian Kirk, I know he's up to, but still, I mean, that's my big money shot with the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's a good one. Because that's the one we haven't talked about, like, because Zeke doesn't come up that much, but you got to assume it's either you're trading or he's getting cut.
Yeah.
But I don't know what his cap hits are or whatever, because Dallas has some things to do. I'm like, they're going to lose another offensive lineman. Mm-hmm. They're going to lose Michael Gallup.
Yep.
They got to make a decision on Amari Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shit going on there. And like Zeke's, hey, Pollard's okay. Like maybe it's time to take this hit and get him out of here. I mean, and to trade for him, because it's not going to take, what, 5th round pick?
Yeah, something like that.
To pick up a running back, because basically you're just taking a salary.
Yep.
I mean, that's a good move. Because they can get him in a trade, because if he gets cut, they can't get him.
No, because he's going to go get some money from somebody.
He's going to go get some money, but it's going to be on hey, I'm not going to go on a team that finished third in the division of the Super Bowl champions. Like, I'm going to go, to fucking Kansas City.
Yeah,
or,
exactly. Somebody who's competing right now.
Somebody who's ready to go fucking Buffalo.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
That'd be a good one, too. I know that Singletary's okay, but
they just don't run the ball. That's a weird thing.
They started to at the end of the year,
they did.
and it worked.
Yeah.
It was like, well, maybe we shouldn't try to throw it all the time. Feel free to run the ball in Buffalo.
Yeah, exactly.
But Zeke's one that, like, we'd do a half hour on what he would do for each team that he played, but he can't be the number one guy.
No, he can't.
Like, he needs to be.
Yep, he needs to be a split back guy.
Yeah, he needs to be the second guy. But I started going through that, listening to it today, and we'll get into it next week when we do the AFC. But
the AFC is going to be fun.
Well, the AFC is going to be hard as fuck, because, like, basically every high-end free agent I listed is going to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, one, signed Bates, but hey, J.C. Jackson, he looked good back there. Like it,
Yeah.
It's like, hey, there's 4 all-pro linemen hitting the market. Yeah, they're all going there. Yep. Plus these defensive backs. Plus fucking Gronk. Plus, But I'm allowed to do that because it's only once in a lifetime that I get. Well, it's the second time in my lifetime, but the first time was like 8.
Yeah.
So I don't get to remember that. But talked to a buddy of mine at the basketball game from back in, he's a Bengals fan. He knows I'm a Bengals fan. At the beginning of the season, he put $20 on the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. Would have paid out like $1,200 or whatever. Like, fuck. I mean,
not bad.
Good for doing that, though.
Yes.
I mean, but he's a hardcore Bengals fan, so he probably does that every year. Of like,
this year,
that's awesome.
That is cool.
I mean, that like watching that go down. I was like,
oh shit.
And me and him both had
probably forget about it until they start making a run.
Yeah. Of like, they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
fuck. They beat the Chiefs. It's like, oh my God.
Yep. Yeah, but that was one we were talking because he asked me what my thoughts on the game was, and it's the same thought that he had of like, once the Rams got that, like that second, they got that 4th and 1 conversion with Kupp.
Yeah.
Of like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
But then we were both on the same thing of, I don't mind the run.
But why would...
But it's got to be Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have cared if they'd have ran it 2 times in a row and not got it, as long as both of them were Joe Mixon.
Exactly.
Of, run it, don't call timeout, get up and fucking run it again. Of, if you can't get a yard with your best running back...
Yep, you deserve to lose the game.
You can't win the game.
Yep.
And if you'd have ran it on second down and maybe popped it for 10 yards and you're already in field goal range. So, okay. But,
Yep.
Still trying to swallow that one.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to come back again.
No.
Like, I have high hopes.
Yeah, but
it'll be a playoff team, but pretty tough to, pretty tough.
Yes, it is.
Like, I can't wait till next week to start because the AFC of like,
there's some powerhouses.
Who's going to sling the rock in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Or Indy?
Yep.
Teams that are like Pittsburgh's not ready to win. Indy's a quarterback and a wide receiver away from being a fucking Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, they are.
They're the best running game in the league. Their offensive line's awesome. Their defense is good.
Mm-hmm.
You got a guy that throws stupid fucking interceptions, and you don't have because Ty is gone.
Done.
I mean, you got what's his name?
Pittman.
Yeah, he's your number one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not happening. It'll be fun. I'm excited.
I'm
for
ready
next
for
week.
that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It'll be good.
Really excited. The NFC is just like, weird? It's almost like how baseball used to get. Like you're either a National League or an American League. Like I'm an AFC guy, obviously, because we live in Ohio and it's AFC driven around here.
Yeah.
But it's like the NFC's like,
yeah,
feels like the weaker division.
Yeah, but it's fucking won the Super Bowl. Yeah. The last 2 years,
because all the fucking the hard nosed people are all AFC because it's it's the Pittsburgh, it's the Ohio's, it's
the blue collar guys.
Yeah, those Rust Belt fellas. Yep. I don't know if we're a Rust Belt state.
I don't know.
No, I don't remember that in history class.
Yeah,
I remember hearing about the Rust Belt, but I don't know.
Yeah,
but only 188 days.
Yeah, till football starts. God damn it.
Till the Hall of Fame game, I think that's when it.
Yep.
It is just so tough of like watching these not watching sports, but just watching. Like I get when I jump in my vehicle and I have it on Sports Talk Radio and they are talking fucking and I understand it's ESPN radio and they got to talk all the sports. But like, I'm so pissed off that they're talking about basketball and baseball of like, hey, nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
And it just feels so bad about that. But like
the only people that care
I'm angry.
About the only people that care about basketball are the only people that care in these next 3 weeks. That's it. And other than that, once you get past these next 3 weeks, it's like, nobody gives a fuck about basketball.
I don't give a shit if Ben Simmons plays against Philadelphia. Because NBA, it seems like you're just allowed to not play when you don't want to play.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Having a bad day.
Yeah.
Right at the end of the episode.
I know. It sucks. Fucking thing.
All right. Well, we're technical difficultied out, so we better end this thing.
Wideside.